Hello everyone, welcome to my secondary YouTube channel, aka vlog, where I present to you all my sentimental thoughts from the heart and from my heart and my soul, and all my mental oddball shenanigans come from my mind and brain. This is EML77 TV. Episode 150, what's going on, July the 20th, 2020, 3:26 p.m. How's everyone going? And hope everyone is doing very good on a Monday. Extreme Rules happened last night. Let's get right into that. And 7 matches happened on the card. One match did not happen. Because let's talk about the United States Heavyweight Championship match. It was supposed to be Apollo Crews versus MVP. Thanks to Lashley's attack on on Apollo Crews with that full Nelson, Apollo Crews was not medically cleared to compete. So technically, and MVP declared himself the winner, went back, and but he was not announced as the winner. You do have a 30-day clause, which I think they're going back to that. But then, so we don't know, that's not the only title on Monday Night Raw to be held in controversy. The Raw Women's Championship matchup between Asuka and Sasha Banks. The match was going fine until Asuka went to go hit Sasha with her mist. Hit the referee, though. Bayley decided to take it upon herself to grab the referee's shirt, put it on her, and make the 3 count. Force the timekeeper to ring the bell, and they made off like bandits with the Raw Women's Championship, but she was not announced as the new Raw Women's Champion. So I'm sure that'll be addressed tonight. As well as the status of the United States Heavyweight Championship. The eye for an eye match was very rough to watch. I mean, these two went at it. Seth Rollins and Rey Mysterio, to the point where, after bouncing Rey Mysterio off the stairs and basically plucked the eye out of Rey Mysterio, freaked out Rollins so much that he turned around and puked. And I'm like, well, he may be the winner of this matchup, but he doesn't feel like a winner now. He's feeling sick. I wouldn't be surprised if Seth Rollins came out and admitted he went too far. But then again, I can imagine, he'll probably turn around and go, and I feel good about it, or something like that. I can imagine I'm sure Seth Rollins is going to address this situation tonight. Well, there was a kickoff match. Kevin Owens defeated Murphy. That took him out of the equation in that matchup, so that's pretty good. The Swamp match. Universal title, thankfully, not on the line in this matchup, so Strowman, I hope he's okay. They fought tooth and nail. The mind games by Bray Wyatt, especially using Alexa Bliss's sister Abigail. Interesting, to say the least. So the mind games was up and ended up being Bray Wyatt emerging as the Fiend once again. So is the United States, is the Universal title now in jeopardy too, or something like that? I don't know. We'll see what happens on Friday Night SmackDown. AJ Styles did defeat Matt Riddle this past Friday Night SmackDown for the Intercontinental title, only getting blindsided by King Corbin. But Matt Riddle got blindsided by King Corbin, so I could see those two going at it. And who's next for AJ Styles? That's the question on everyone's mind. So it'll be very interesting to see how this develop. The SmackDown Women's Championship, after the Kabuki Warriors and Alexa Bliss motivated Nikki Cross. But thanks to Bayley, who used one of Sasha Banks' boss time rings as brass knucks, punching Nikki Cross in the stomach, Bayley retained the title. So Bayley and Sasha, they're going to make a whole bunch of women very, very angry. I would not be surprised if we see a massive chaos start Monday Night Off Raw tonight. It'll be something to behold in that situation. The tables matchup between New Day and Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro. Nakamura and Cesaro won by putting Kofi through the table, and Nakamura and Cesaro are the tag team champions, making Nakamura a top title away from being a Grand Slam champion. So this is going to be very interesting. Had Nakamura beat AJ Styles for that title back in a couple of WrestleManias ago, I think Nakamura would have been a Grand Slam champion, be the first Japanese Grand Slam champion in WWE history. So right now, and Nakamura also is the first Asian-born superstar to be Intercontinental Champion as well. So Nakamura's got had the Intercontinental title. He has the United States title. He had the United States title. Now he's one half of the SmackDown Tag Team Champion. So it'll be very interesting to see. Cesaro's been a great tag wrestler before. He's successful with Tyson Kidd and Sheamus. So this will be very interesting to see how the Artists Collective, as I like to call it, as we're naming called, to see what they do now. And is Kofi Kingston? If Kofi Kingston's going to be out for a while, it's like Big E could be the one-man show for the New Day, because Xavier Woods is still recuperating from his Achilles injury. So we'll see what happens on there. Watched a little bit of the watch along, and Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose still going at it. We'll see what happens. You know, a lot of people think that Otis would have come out of the swamp and cashed his money in bank and pinned Braun Strowman for the Universal title. That didn't happen. Well, what if, I would always suspect that there could be a secret loophole in that contract. You see, it could be for a championship. He could have cashed in the money in the bank for him and Tucker Knight to become tag team champions. Who knows what, this is for a championship, basically. Now, everybody could be assuming it could be either the WWE World Heavyweight Championship or the Universal title. But it could be for a championship, excluding the women's championships. Alright? So, unless you're a Miss Money in the Bank winner like Asuka was, but then automatically that briefcase is turned to a Raw Women's Championship match. Little did anybody know at the time. So, Becky decided to Lynch pulled that surprise on Asuka. But here's the thing, though. It'll be very interesting to see how all of this develops. I don't know if there's any matches I've forgotten about. Oh, the WWE Championship matchup. Good thing I talked about championships. Now, Dolph Ziggler came out after Drew McIntyre came out. It said it'll be Extreme Rules, but only for Dolph Ziggler. And also, he decided to put the old Quebec Province rules in effect. If you don't know what that is, if you check out Monday Night Raw, October of '93 would be Steiners and Quebecers, where a title can change hands on a countout and disqualification. Dolph Ziggler implemented that here last night. You know what I'm going to call? I'm calling, if Extreme Rules, and I'm going to call this the Challenger's Advantage match for the WWE Championship. That means the challenger if you let the challenger call the shots. Alright? If the challenger says, okay, Extreme Rules for me only, not for you, you have to go by the book. Also, if you decide to get counted out and disqualified, you lose the title as well. I'm calling that the Challenger's Advantage match. That's what I'm going to call it. WWE, listen to me. If someone makes that stipulation for a championship match, call it the Challenger's Advantage match. Call it for the championship. No champion's advantage. A Challenger's Advantage match for the WWE Championship. That's basically what it was. Dolph Ziggler has given him the Challenger's Advantage over Drew McIntyre, but didn't go the way Ziggler wanted. Drew McIntyre, Claymore kicked him in the end. 1, 2, 3, he retained the title. Despite the Challenger's Advantage. Unbelievable, right? I was kind of shocked. It was kind of cool. So you got that. And, I'm trying to think what other matches happened on the card. Let me go check. Let me check WWE.com for just a second here. And the results, and, okay, I talk about that. Let's see. So, okay, results, highlights, and more. Okay, and let's see. Now, the United States Championship match could be up in the air. Kickoff match. Kevin Owens picked a victory over Murphy. Let's see. What else? All right, Raw preview tonight. Big Show, Randy Orton in an unsanctioned matchup. That means anything goes in this matchup. So we'll see what happens tonight. On there, so, and possibly the addressing of the results from Extreme Rules. I'm sure Seth Rollins is going to address his match. I'm sure the United States title situation and the Raw Women's title situation will be addressed as well. We need a general manager for Raw, because Raw has been crazy and been disorganized. I don't know why they let the networks run things. Oh, the network, well, let the networks run things. Oh, boy. Good Lord. Anyways, get a general manager. Have the networks pick a general manager. Because William Regal's doing an awesome job at NXT. That's why NXT's doing better than Raw and SmackDown. That's why NXT won at Survivor Series. Don't forget that. I mean, but NXT's going to have some more new challenges. You got Keith Lee. Possibly Karrion Kross has been in his crosshairs. No pun intended. But Karrion Kross will face Dominik Dijakovic this Wednesday night on NXT. Very interesting matchup, to say the least. Io Shirai's got another challenge with Dakota Kai. Two women with bad attitudes. I want to see that matchup. I want to see what they can do. And what about the NXT Tag Team titles? We have not seen much of Imperium since they won the belts. We'll see. We'll see what's going on there. All right, here's the situation. All right, a lot of people, we have known for the last 4 months, and this whole pandemic has been really done a lot of things to people's brains and affected people's minds, people mentally. We saw the situation that happened. Possibly, what I'm thinking with the whole George Floyd situation. I don't know if George Floyd ended up, probably the pandemic has driven him crazy to the point where he was upset and possibly didn't want anything to do with police, and that could be the reason why. I think sometimes people's emotions do get the best of people, and I think, and a lot of people have been stressed about this pandemic, as is me. It's been getting to a lot of people and everything else. And check this out. She was setting the record straight about her situation in the WWE because she had to take some time off because she was tested positive for COVID. I'm going to read to you what she posted, and I think we all should listen to this for a bit. And I'm on her Twitter page right now because she posted on Twitter. She goes. She wrote, setting the record straight because some of you have been super unkind. I tested positive for COVID late March. I notified my company, and I left and self-quarantined for 4 weeks. Then I was retested and tested negative. I still wore a mask, took all the necessary precautions, but then once again, I tested positive a couple months later. This time no symptoms, but still. I left work and self-quarantined for 14 days. Now, the first time she was tested positive, she went through a month, which is really tough. It's going to be super tough on her. And then she left work and again quarantined herself for 2 weeks. But last night, which is probably during the pay-per-view of Extreme Rules, a lot of you last night, you all were tweeting super insensitive things regarding my health. A couple of you even said you thought I had died, and maybe that would have been for the best. I can't believe somebody would write that about this beautiful young lady. Guys, this isn't okay. This is from her. When I said don't be stupid like me, I meant don't make this mistake of thinking you can't test positive twice. I did everything I could, and this can happen to you. Moral of the story is stop bullying people online, especially for something that concerns health. It's so gross, and you should be embarrassed. I think I should correction on that. Kayla is more ashamed. It's not embarrassed, ashamed, and ashamed. Let's all be better. This is a hard time for everyone, and we're all experiencing a state of the world we never experienced before. Build each other up, help people, just be good to people. And to all of you that have lent your support, I have seen you, and thank you. We need more people like you. And I've written, which I got a like and a retweet, Kayla, you are one of the most beautiful women in the WWE, and those who have hated on you should be ashamed of themselves and need to do better in the kindness and attitude department. I am glad you are doing well and back on the job. Keep doing your thing. I'm going to find out who retweeted that and why. Okay, a follower, and same thing, a follower. So, and you know what? She's right. She's right. We have to be better. Because there's people going through a lot of situations, physical and mental, and it's really affected everyone. My family's been through a lot of things the past couple of years, and I have to admit this. You know, sometimes it can really, really get to you, and it's really sad that people have to behave in a pathetic manner. You know, and online. You know, listen, I had dealt with the internet trolling before. I'm dealing with it in a way. You know, when people decide to take a situation you talked about from your past and decide to make a mockery of it, and it's kind of disrespectful. But we have to be better guys. We have to be better people online. You know, if I were you, and I wouldn't worry about, not watch the news. Listen, I well know what's going on in the world. And I know what's going on. The pandemic is really, really getting people to the point where now people are going crazy, and then some poor soul got killed, and then all of a sudden now the police are getting blamed, and it's a lot of crazy things are happening. Now a lot of people saying, the politicians are behind the whole thing. People are blaming Donald Trump. People are blaming this person, that person, and everything else. I don't know who to believe. The whole thing is the virus a scam or anything like that? Something planned by the Democrat? I don't know. A lot of controversies and conspiracies are all happening. And you know what? I'm not going to worry about who did what, who done it, and all this good stuff, who to blame and whatnot. I think I'm staying out of it. You know, I'll tell you what. I'm just going to do my part, be respectful to the law, wear my mask in public, and go on from there. You know, and worry about my life, worry about what I have to do to get back to the swing of things, what I have to do to get back to, I'll keep socially distancing myself, I'll keep, quarantining myself for the time being, and try to do everything, take the proper precautions, proper protocol, do everything I can, and to stay at work, stay back on my feet, and do my thing like everybody else. And it has been a very difficult time for me, a very difficult time, and just for, and just because, it is, and, so, and, it's one of those things where you just, it's just one of those things where you just don't, I really don't know. It's, yeah, a lot of things have happened, and, there's a lot of situations, a lot of us are not happy about it. I get it, but we have to be better, guys. Just because things are not going right for us, that does not give us the right to take our anger out on people, and that's what we need to do. Just be kind, respectful. If you have, go to somebody you can trust with these problems. Go, your friends, not your friends. Anybody you can trust. Mainly your family, your parents. If you go to a church, your pastor can help you out, or a teacher, an adult you can trust. Or somebody, a friend that has been in your same shoes as you are, has been in the same shoes that you're currently in, and ask them for advice, and just, try to, if you have to, keep things confidential and earn respect, and do better and be better. That's what we need to do. That's what Kayla Braxton is trying to do here. I mean, and when people are sick, with a life-threatening disease and all that, please don't, like she said, don't be bullying people, don't be upset, and don't be saying, oh, it's better off that you died. Oh my goodness. That's what really irks me, is that when people out there, I get told, get off YouTube, get off the internet, you're a loser, get off the internet, and all of a sudden, they make a mockery of you in videos, and they look at me and my appearance, and they basically said I have an appearance of a pedophile, and I don't, it's like, really, really, because what is it? when Art Baller made his video and called me Reverend Rabbi David K, I'm like, I had to look the guy up to know who, because I don't know who this guy is. Why did he call me this guy's name? I had to look it up. I'm like, oh, good Lord. You know, these internet trolls, they don't get it. You know, it's like, you know, you want to make jokes about, you know, make jokes about my life, you know, make jokes and make a mockery of my beliefs and all that, and be disrespectful, and that's not cool. That's not cool, man. And I'm trying to be nice and kind to be helping you, trying to get, you know, I tell, you know, if you keep, I was like, sometimes people keep it up, like, you need to get off the internet, do something that's constructive with your life, be a better person, come back a different person, and just, you know, and just do your thing, you know, and when I say do your thing, and do something different, you know, show people what you've been doing since you've been off. Sometimes, you know, some time off social media and off the internet could be good for you sometimes. You know, but sometimes you need to do other stuff on the internet, do other stuff on the internet instead of dealing with social media. Basically, mainly social media is what you need to get away from sometimes. You know, get off social media, you know, and just, you know, do the thing. You know, people tell me to get off social media and all that, and you know what? No, I'm saying it in a way of giving advice. You know, give yourself some time mentally to get yourself settled and everything else, and you can come back and be a better person about it. And that's when, you know, and sometimes, you know, when I get off the internet, and sometimes, you know, I do that mostly when I'm at work, is not stay on the internet. You know, I go to work, I work, you know, and, you know, think about, you know, some of the stuff that you know, you plan on buying or doing, and you know, it is sad that people resort to very mean things just to make themselves feel great. You know, it's like, my life's miserable. Who do I take it out on? They say that's what the people are doing. You know, just because your life is miserable, that doesn't not give you the right to take your anger out on others. You know, and there's some things in my life that happened. I mean, look at the last couple of years, my family and I went through a turmoil of things. You know, especially this year. I mean, we basically had a sibling turn against us. In 2018, I was supposed to move in with her and my brother-in-law, my sister and my brother-in-law, and then all of a sudden, I got a Facebook message from my brother-in-law that says we can't have you move in and everything else. Kind of shocked. I said, okay. He got my stuff, and you know, my father and I were talking about this at my cousin's wedding, and we sat down, we looked at each other, and I said, well, no, you were gung-ho all the time. I was gung-ho about moving in, you know, changing my life, and then all of a sudden, why didn't I, you know, I said, I'm still trying to figure that out. You know, and I have a lot of things going through my mind, too. It was a lot of theories going through my mind. You know, my sister Cora went through miscarriage after miscarriage. I got a nephew over there who has autism, and my brother-in-law has PTSD, serving in the Navy. I figured all those things, and you add me being half autistic and doing my crazy things, and probably back in my sister's mind, saying that she wasn't ready to deal with all this. And I can understand that. That's fine, you know. So back at home I go. And then October, when the month just days before my sister Jules' wedding, my sister decided not to have her and her family attend my sister's wedding. So my mother about had enough of this whole thing. Said, hey, talk to me. What's going on? She ended up going off with my mother, swearing up a storm. And basically my parents says, hey, we're not going to see Cora and Brandon anymore. They won't talk to us. So I felt very sad. And then my sister Cora ended up sending some nasty letters to me and my family the past couple of months this year. After 2019, last year, we weren't bothered at all. And then it was a month before my sister's wedding, we lost our cat, Sunfire, in September of 2018. And so I was kind of heartbroken about that. Sunfire was my little buddy. He was always liked to cuddle on my shoulders. He loves riding on my shoulders. He likes cuddling with me, and he was a very loving cat. You know, probably one of the most loving cats we ever. And then 2019, yeah, everything was like, eh. And then my brother Michael was going through a divorce and all that. And my soon-to-be ex-sister-in-law doesn't like any of us, and basically made sure that we don't see my other niece, Aaliyah. So, and this, people's attitudes like this makes it real sad, in my personal opinion. And really, it kind of ticks me off, and I'll tell you why. Because family is very, very vital and important. It goes beyond mom and dad and kids. We got grandparents, you got aunts and uncles and cousins. And it's very, very important that family gets together no matter what. It's always about family. It seems like our government has ruined that concept over the years. And made it so to the point where it has ruined families' lives. It's soured a lot of people's families' hearts, hardened a lot of hearts, and it screwed a lot of people over. And screwed a lot of people's families. Our family has been affected by this. My sister Cora is now trying to make sure that Brandon and TC and Ellie do not come in contact with us at all, which is really, really heartbreaking, to say the least. And my soon-to-be ex-sister-in-law has made sure that her little girl, Aaliyah, does not see any of us. Basically, they're transforming us in the eyes of basically my two nieces and nephew, and in their eyes, told us as a family, total strangers, which really, really hurts, because what something happens to them and their relatives, who are these kids going to look to? You know what I mean? And that's, we're the only, me and my family, we did everything we could to love, we've given our love, we've given our hearts to all extended members of the family, and this is how we get treated. And it really breaks my heart, to be honest with you. I feel for my parents, they taught me and Cora and Tyler and Michael and Joel everything, family values, trying to raise us in a way and to help us prepare. I understand times change and people's attitudes change, but what breaks my heart the most is the way people's attitudes have been towards us as far as family is concerned. My aunt blocked my mother off Facebook, and with all the political posts, that's why I stay away from politics, guys, and stay away from the COVID situation and all that. At a time where we should, rally around each other, so to speak, and send words of encouragement and say, we're going to be okay, you're going to be okay, we're going to, and all of a sudden this happens, and my heart kind of broke. My heart broke. And honestly, it's one of those things where we need to be kind to one another. We need to be respectful towards one another. I don't like talking about stuff like this. Like I said, me and my family, we've been through a lot in these past couple of months. In fact, earlier this year, we lost our dog, Rhesus. He was a loving dog. He was a loyal dog. He loved his mama. I say hi to him a lot, and he was very happy to see me and all. I always gave him love and all that. And and I'll be totally honest with you, like I said, we've been going through more challenging things than ever before. We need to be kind to one another. We need to be excellent to each other. And that's what we need to be, like my church says. Be excellent to each other. Little Bill and Ted. This is what we need to be. And I'm praying everything in my family works out, though. And, like I said, I was so excited when I first became an uncle. But now, I'm not going to be able to see my nephew or niece. The only niece and nephew that I've been seeing a lot of is from my sister Jewel and my brother-in-law Jesse, Braylin and John Joseph, my niece and nephew. And I'm really proud to be an uncle. But the other three, I might not be able to see it again. They'll probably look at me as a total stranger now. which breaks my heart to say. And a lot of people need to think about, what their actions have done. My sister and my soon-to-be ex-sister-in-law, they need to think about what their actions have done to their children. How it affects us as a family. Personally, I'm not very happy about it. It hurt our family. Our family's been hurt about this. I just pray that God works something. Work something out. We gotta trust in Him. Do something. I really don't know, folks. Really don't know. So what's next? I really don't know. I really don't know. But we got to keep going, put our trust in God, and try to set the best example that we need to set. It isn't easy. We're all human beings, folks. Hopefully we can work some things out. Right now, keep your heads up, keep yourself strong. I intend to do the same. Respect one another, be excellent to each other. Episode 750 of EML77 TV has been complete. It's a long episode, but there's a lot of things. I always say, presenting to you sentimental thoughts come from the heart and soul. I try to keep it simple. Keep the story simple. Don't want to reveal too much. But keep my family in your prayers. We're an awesome family. We're a good family. It's that we felt like we've been hurt. And my heart goes out to my parents because they poured their love and everything, all their teachings into us kids. The Bible says, train a child the way he should go. When they get old, they will not depart from it. A lot of the teachings my parents taught, they have departed from it. And it kind of breaks my heart. Besides me, I'm the oldest child in the house. My three other siblings afterwards, they're going through stuff. Actually, my brother's quarantined somewhere. He's okay. So the other two, they're going through their own family breakups. My brother Tyler's standing there strong. I'm really proud of my brother Tyler. It's Cora and Michael I'm worried about. I'm praying that they stay strong and they stay safe. I should pray for my soon-to-be ex-sister-in-law and my niece Aaliyah. I'm hoping they're okay. I gotta pray for my soon-to-be ex-brother-in-law, who's more than welcome to be with our family, to visit us, and my niece and nephew, Eliana Mercy and TC. I'm praying that they stay okay. A lot has gone on. And guys, keep me in your prayer and pray that God helps me to stay sane. Try to stay away from the dramas and then among friends and online dramas among friends and the Discord groups, and not only that, this internet troll who's continuously making videos disrespecting my friend Jason and me. To deal with him. So trying to hang in there, trying to stay strong, try to be respectful. That's the most important thing. Be respectful. I'm trying to keep things on a respectful level, and just keep all of us in your prayers, guys. We do appreciate that. I know some of you out there don't believe in God and doesn't not believe in the power of prayers. Give me good vibes. You guys, good vibes from my born-again brothers and sisters in Christ. I need your prayers. I covenant your prayers. I'll be alright. It's a matter of using wisdom and using it the right way and doing what God wants and doing God's will. It has been a lot to think about over these past 4 months. What can I say? Listen, I'll see you guys later. You guys have a wonderful day. God bless you guys, and stay strong. Be excellent to each other. See ya.